Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
I was just telling him we got to step our energy up because Dr. Pat Ray.
Randy Rob, H2A.
All right. Very good. Good to be here. How's everybody doing? Now, I heard y'all been watching a video of us for weeks. You're already sick of us. So this is not
That's the word
good.
on the street.
This is not good. They're like, I might be listening to you guys for weeks now. So anyway, awesome, man. Thank you, Dr. Pat Ray. Thank you, team here. This is awesome. I love the office here, by the way. We've kind of been on tour, essentially, the last several months, hitting all these different Maximized Living clinics. We're former and still current Maximized Living doctors. But God had a little bit different direction for us. Have you ever experienced that where there's a little bit of a change and the direction moves and you fight it, you fight it, you fight it, and you're like, all right, I give up. So we're here tonight, so it's good to be here. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah. So I was wondering if we were going to be able to actually say damn, and I guess we have permission to say whatever we want.
He said the P word, didn't he?
Goodness gracious, where are we?
And you gave a thumbs down to Dallas, too. I mean, come on.
So, so thanks everybody for being here
fair
tonight. And thank you, Dr. Ray, for inviting us to be here. And here's the thing. Whenever we speak to different rooms, the thing is we know that on it's Tuesday, right? On a Tuesday night, there's a lot of things that you guys could be doing on an evening like tonight. But the fact that you showed up lets know, A, you care about your health. B, you're looking for answers or a solution, okay, to a problem. That's the reason that you're here. Or guess where you would not be right now on a Tuesday night?
Right here.
You wouldn't be right here, right? And so with that being said, we're curious because every group that we talk to is a little bit different. We were just in Nashville last week. We are getting ready to go to North Carolina, to Atlanta, to all these different places. And anytime that we begin speaking to a group, we want to know what motivated you to be here. What are the answers that you're looking for so that we can make sure that when we leave here tonight, we feel confident knowing you got the answers that you are looking for or the solution to whatever your problem is. So what are some of the reasons that motivated you to be here tonight? Energy. Anybody else here want more energy? Okay.
Yep. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Okay. Breath and oxygen is an essential, right? It's yeah. Yes. Ooh, and not just live longer, but what? Because we're dying longer, living shorter in America. So quality of life. Thank you for sharing that beautiful pink shirt. What is your name? Jackie. Thanks for sharing.
I think Jackie's the one.
You want to put the responsibility on Jackie?
Yes, it's Jackie.
Jackie, can you handle this?
I know she can. I just looking at her. I know she can. Okay, we have a gift that we want to give to you guys before we leave tonight. Okay, but we always want to make sure that we don't forget about that. Okay, so you're charged with reminding us about the gift. Okay, so whose fault is it if we don't tell you guys about the gift?
Jackie.
Exactly. All right.
No pressure, Jackie. Just relax. Have a good time tonight. Don't worry, you'll just ruin it for everybody if you forget. But it's all good. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Oh, I like that.
Who's tired of being gouged and spending time, energy, and money getting no results? Yeah. Yeah. And I know it. And they don't work. And we know they don't work because you got to get a refill and stay on them for the rest of your life. What a business model. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Lower A1C.
So better blood sugar, right? For those of you who don't know what A1C is, better blood sugar. Absolutely. Better insulin sensitivity, which is key. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I like that. I think that was our catalyzing statement at one point. Are you in marketing? Yeah, who's ever lost weight only to what? Gain it back. What's our policy on gaining weight back?
You're not allowed to. Did you guys hear that? You're not allowed to.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it seems like everybody is being diagnosed. Either it's you or somebody you care about. that pervasive. Thank you. Anybody else? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
That's a good one.
Anybody got a closet full of clothes that you want to go back to? It's a lot cheaper to go back to the stuff that's already come back in style versus buying new. Everybody with me? Okay. All right. Jackie's with me. I know Jackie's with me. 'Cause Jackie's not going to forget the gift.
All right. Yes, in the back. Stuck. Okay. Anybody else ever experienced that before? You get stuck. You can't lose okay, stuck.
Yep. Who wants to get unstuck and never be stuck again?
Oh.
All right.
Anybody want more confidence? Right? Okay. Mental clarity and
Yeah, less
confidence.
brain fog, more mental clarity, more focus.
We got our work cut
But don't
out
they make
for us.
medications for that? I think. Yeah. I'm sure they did. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it's all in the back. Okay. Eat foods without
Yeah.
having a reaction to them. Okay.
So less food allergies. I think more, less fear around food. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. In the way back. Ooh. Digestive issues, hormone issues. Yeah, did everybody hear that? Pretty simple results.
Will this work for me?
Me, will it work for me right now? Yeah. And if you tried things and you didn't get results, what I would say is thank you for sharing that. And don't let something you did before that didn't work, don't keep carrying that with you and let it keep getting you again and again and again, right? It got you, ain't getting you anymore. We're going to give a real solution tonight. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, awesome. Well, the great news is that everything you said, that's exactly why we built the Happy, Healthy, Thin system, to help solve these problems naturally. We see health through the chiropractic lens, and so we know that the body's designed to heal. Everybody know that? It's very powerful. So I would just want to ask everybody tonight if we were able to show you a way to fix these problems naturally and it made sense, who in here by a show of hands would be open to hearing about that and wanting to do something different? All right, we are in
We're in the right place.
room. Yeah, okay. Thank you guys for all of that. Tonight's going to be fun, and I promise you, you will not leave here without knowing what you can do, what's possible. And I'll tell you this, you really find out how important your health is, unfortunately, when you what? When you lose it. And so Dr. Pat Ray stole my thunder. Y'all thought I've always been healthy. I wasn't. I was 8 years into practice as a maximized living clinic in a small town called Texarkana, Texas. Ever heard of what? Every head's doing this. Nobody knows where this is. All right. Okay. Texarkana, Texas. Anybody seen Smokey and the Bandit? Now we're dating ourselves, right? Okay. George Strait sang about it. Rosanna in Texarkana. She's not a good person. Not a good person. But you got it. You got it. You know. All right. So here I was in practice, and my worst nightmare happened. I thought I was doing everything right and very committed to my health. I've always have been. But I was diagnosed with late stage cancer. Anybody here know somebody who's been diagnosed with cancer? Gone through it. It's everybody. And they gave me 2 months to 2 years to live. Pretty devastating. And, you know, I was the guy helping everybody do what? I'm teaching the 5 essentials. I look the part. I'm speaking the part. And I wasn't from a lack of trying. Here I was with this late stage cancer diagnosis. So I was missing something. Would everybody agree? Something was off. And you really find out what you believe when you're thrown directly into the fire. And it was hot. They're telling me, like Pat Ray said, I remember telling my best friend, by the way, for over 25 years and business partner, he's like a brother to me. I remember pulling up my shirt and yeah, my liver was sticking out of my body and I couldn't believe it. And so here's what I believe, and tell me if y'all agree with this, that we are formed and made in God's image and that the body's designed to be healthy. Would everybody, I'm saying, okay. And that cancer wasn't making me sick. I was already sick, and that's why I had cancer. And that our bodies don't need help healing. They need what? No interference. And so I always say chiropractic saved my life. And it wasn't necessarily the adjustment. It was the mindset of knowing that my body's designed to be healthy. That's the normal. My journey was, how do I remove the interference? Because something was interfering with my body's ability to heal. All right. So because of that, I didn't go through standard of care, which was what? Chemotherapy, radiation surgery, drug trial, morphine, all the stuff they were telling me. I ended up going, leaving the country and going to Spain. I've been to Spain, beautiful, southern Spain. Heard about a doctor there, cellular biologist. He's a medical doctor from Lebanon who was not treating conditions. He was treating people who had the condition. What a concept, right? And long story, very, very short, over the next 30, 60, 90 days, the cancer was completely gone. No trace. God's good, right? And yes, praise God. Not being dead is a great clinical outcome. Would everybody agree? Now, the ex-wife may not agree. So, Dr. Rob was over there with me, helping pray for me, take care of me, keep me adjusted, support me. And we realized pretty quickly this wasn't about not dying. There was something bigger at stake here. And we had this epiphany that if I could overcome this late stage cancer diagnosis with cancer riddled through multiple organs, and I could overcome that in 90 days by looking at the body as not broken but as healed and removing interference and creating a new metabolic environment, what is it that you couldn't overcome? What are you telling yourself? What do you believe you're here tonight for? You're here tonight because you're looking for answers. And I share that story because I want to give you hope. There's a lot of power in knowing that you can overcome this. And that's why we created the Happy, Healthy, Thin system, because we wanted to come back and help people in a whole new way. Something that was missing was metabolic health. And when you can correct that environment, guys, your body can restore and heal. You can't even imagine what can happen. It can happen very, very quickly. So you don't have to wait 6 years. You don't have to go to Spain. You don't have to spend all that money that I had to spend. We figured it out. We have a plan. We have a system. And now we've worked with over 20,000 people in 8 different countries. This system's phenomenal. And we're going to show you exactly how to get those results. Is that okay with everybody? Okay. Well, thank you. Yes. Okay, good. Dr. Rob, you weren't doing so well at the same time I was not doing well either.
Yeah, her company was not called Happy Healthy back then. It was like, it should have been called Holy Shit, how do we fix this?
That's your fault, by the way.
Yeah,
what he just said. That's your fault, right?
So my daughter would just be shaking her head right now.
I'm going to tell Isabella. I'm going to text her right
do
now.
not say anything to her. So back then, he had cancer. I was metabolically completely unhealthy. I was 85 pounds heavier than what I am right now. Inflammation so bad in my lower back that I could no longer adjust people in my practice. I could barely stand up and I could barely walk. So he was there in Spain, dying of cancer. I was 85 pounds overweight, exhausted, no energy for the people that we're talking about the energy. I'm not able to walk. Our company would not have been called Happy Healthy. It would have been called Cancer, Overweight, Almost Dead, and that's what we'd have been called back then.
Yeah, not
you guys want to come to that talk.
We laugh about it now. It wasn't funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny back then.
So, like you said, while we were there, we started learning about how all chronic illness lives downstream of poor metabolic health. For me, anytime somebody ever said metabolism, the only thing that I could think for me is I've got a really slow metabolism. And other people are blessed genetically because they must have a really good or a fast metabolism. Anybody ever thought like that before? And so I was like, I thought I was cursed. But I also knew that if that, like you said, if we could be able to help him get healthy from cancer, then what if I started applying the same science to my own body to be able to help get me well? What did I have to lose? So that's what I started doing. As a result, I lost the 85 pounds. I'm 54 years old right now. I'm in the best shape that I've ever been in my entire life. I'm able to do things that I couldn't do when I was 18 years old. And for the people that said, hey, I want to lose weight and keep it off, well, here we are 17 years later, and I haven't gained any of the weight back. And it's not because I'm starving myself to death.
Can you eat pizza or something?
I ate pizza, not last night, but the 2 nights ago. And I'm able to do those things without having to worry about gaining the weight. And so for me, when I finally got honest with myself, and if you're truly getting honest with yourself, yeah, do we want to lose weight? Yes. But is it really about the weight? It's for me, it was about the confidence. It was about being able to walk, having energy, looking at myself in the mirror and going, you know what? I'm really happy with what it is that I see in the mirror. I really like the way I fit in my clothes. I really want to be able to shop from the front of the rack versus the back of the rack. And if you know, you know. So, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you, and that's our promise tonight, is that we're going to give you the blueprint on exactly how to do it in a way that is simple. Everybody say simple. Okay, we're going to show you how to do that in a simple way. But first, what we have to talk about are these myths. These are the myths that we've been taught that we need to do in order to deserve to be at a healthy weight. And the reality is that these are the things that the weight loss and the health industry don't want you to know. You've actually been lied to. And these are all the things that we've all been taught, okay? So to go through these myths, you got to make sure that you understand that these are myths, okay? They are not true and they are not belief systems, at least not after tonight. What is myth number one?
Well, what are the two things we're told we have to do in order to deserve to be at a good weight? There you go. Eat less, move more. So number one is diet. You ever dissected the word? What do the first three letters spell? Once again, not a good clinical outcome. We established that earlier. All right, so it feels like you're dying because what do all diets have in common? You got to cut out stuff you love, and you have to do that for how long? For the rest of your life. Who's ever done keto, lost 30 pounds, had a half banana, and all the weight came back? Okay, so clearly, by the way, you could Google a million diets for free. We're more sick, chronically ill, more obese than ever before as a country. So clearly, dieting isn't the answer. I want to introduce y'all to two people to illustrate this point. Dr. Rob is not an artist. Y'all give him a break. What? He's a great man. One heck of a doctor. He's not an artist.
I can't sing either.
Cannot. You got rhythm, though. Autumn Finn, we got that. Gloria, not so much. Is there any Autumns or Glorias in the house tonight? Which one are you?
You're actually named that. That's your name.
That's your name. Oh, yeah, no. Your name. Your
name.
government name.
Yes, be clear about that.
All right. I didn't. All right. I'm going to do better next week. I think I speak tomorrow night. I'm going to do better.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So these are actually two people that we know. They work in the same office. We see them all the time. They don't know we talk about them. And if you see them in public, don't let them know either.
They're in Dallas anyway, so we're good.
All right. Autumn, 5'7", 115?
Maybe, yeah.
Gloria, 5 foot, well over 200 pounds. Okay. Anytime we walk into that office, if it's in the morning, Autumn has that Starbucks drink, and it's got the layers. It's like 1,500 calories, right? At lunchtime, it's fast food, it's sodas, it's chicken nuggets, it's French fries. She's always drinking sodas, doing everything wrong. Skinny as a rail. Anybody know an Autumn? Anybody used to be an Autumn? Gloria. Okay, same office, just one desk over. You see her in the morning, black coffee. She doesn't drink sodas. It's lunch. It's the salad, grilled chicken breast with squeezed lemon juice, not even salad dressing.
She's got the Stanley that looks like that one right over there on the counter.
Gallon of, the water. Totally. So Autumn's doing everything wrong. Gloria's trying to do everything right. Does eating bad make Autumn thin? It's ridiculous. Does eating bad make Gloria obese? No. What does diet really have to do with what you weigh? I don't know. She consumes a lot of calories and she's skinny. She eats nothing and can't budge. Okay. She's doing everything wrong and skinny. She's doing everything right and can't budge. All right, I'm going to pause here for a second. I want everybody to take a deep breath in. Hold it. Let it all out. I want everybody to say, It's not my fault. All right, we'll try this again. That was not good, but we'll do it again. It's not my fault. Some of you are looking at me like, oh no, trust me, Dr. Randy, it's 100% my fault. Okay, it's 98% your fault. The point is, it's not about being perfect. It's not about eating perfect. Any plan built on perfection, you're already dead right out of the starting gate. Maybe something else could be going on. Would everybody agree? Okay. Because y'all know people who eat like crap and they're skinny. And you know people who don't eat anything. Maybe a lot of you, you're counting every morsel point and calorie and you can't budge. So it's not what you eat. Dr. Rob, what's the second thing we pair with this?
Whoever said move more or exercise, right? Okay. And so Autumn, she calls exercise the E word. Hasn't exercised a day in her life. Any of you guys know somebody like that? They can stay thin and they don't ever exercise. Gloria, stair climber, she's got a personal trainer working out 4 days a week. She's still struggling. Any of you guys ever wondered, like, have you ever been in the gym and you see that same person on the stair climber in the last 5 years, they look exactly the same as they did before? Here's why that is. You know how many calories that you would need to burn in order to lose just 1 pound of body fat? Close.
You got it.
There you
Who
go.
said that?
It's 3,500 calories to lose just 1 pound of body fat. The average person that we work with, you know how many pounds they need to lose on average? Anywhere from 40 to 50 pounds on average. Okay? Now, in order to be able to burn 3,500 calories, do you know how many steps that you would have to walk in order to burn 3,500 calories? It's 70,000. Okay? 70,000 steps. Okay? Which is why anybody ever worn like a Fitbit or a wearable and it tracks your steps, right? How many steps? What's the goal to get to at the end of the day? 10,000. Do you know why it's 10,000? It's because 10,000 times 7 days in a week equals 70,000, which is equivalent to a 34-mile walk. In order to lose just 1 pound of body fat, only if you're not doing what?
You can't eat.
Eating, because you'd be adding more calories into the system.
You starve yourself, yes.
So, and we're not saying don't exercise. Exercise is great for your health. I exercised this morning. It's for your health, but it does not determine what you weigh. Because if exercise determined what Autumn and Gloria weighed, who is the one, right? Or look at it, Gloria right here. Who should be thin? It should be Gloria, right? Who should be overweight? It should be Autumn, right? Does not exercising make Gloria? Does not exercising make Autumn thin?
No.
No. Does exercising make Gloria overweight? No, it does not. So what does it have to do with you losing weight? It's good for your health. It does not determine our weight.
Yeah, something else was going on, clearly. And this was played out on national TV. Who saw the show? Who knows what's the show? Y'all know? No, but great answer. Biggest Loser. What did they do? They starved them. They exercised them. They lost weight. Who saw the reunion show? No, you didn't. They didn't have one, right? I tricked you. They didn't have one because, yes, they all gained it back and then some. And they found out 6 years later their resting metabolic rate was lower than it was before they even started the program. Okay. Wasn't there like a Netflix or something?
Have you guys seen the Netflix
That's maybe
documentary?
what y'all are thinking of. When
it came out recently within the last 6 months. What they showed, they documented that all their health was worse after having done that than before. Okay? So you can't starve or diet yourself into getting healthier. It just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
All right, so what's the next myth?
Question. Who has noticed it's gotten harder to lose weight as you've gotten older? Your hand went up quick. All right. So a lot of hands went up. So it is common. What if it wasn't normal? That's good news for everybody here because y'all aren't getting any younger. Common and normal, not interchangeable. Dr. Rob, got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
And correct me if I'm wrong. You're older right now than you've ever been in your life.
That is correct. Even
Okay,
then, I was when we walked in the door.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you
So
for
I'm
noticing.
right about this.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And so you were obese as a kid, and now at 54, you're in the best shape of your life. So what you did is impossible, according to these guys. All right. So here's the point, guys. Guess who's older? Yes. Who knows somebody older than you, and they're thinner than you are? I see a lot of heads doing this. Who knows somebody younger than you, and they would love to look like you? They would. Or you definitely know people that are younger than you that are bigger than you. So really, what does age have to do with what you weigh? Interesting. So there was a study done, largest study of its kind, done by Herman Ponzer. Sounds like a smart dude, right? From Duke University. All right, super smart guy. And what they did is they tracked people from birth for their entire life to see what happened to their metabolism. Because what have we been told happens to your metabolism as you get older? Interesting. Well, the study would refute that because what they found was that your metabolism, especially by the time you're age 18, all the way to 65, your metabolism doesn't change or slow down even 1%. And even after 65, maybe only up to 7% every decade after. That's only if you're not metabolically healthy. So to blame your weight or your health on your age really just isn't true. And that's great news because there are no time machines. And there's nothing you can do about it. And we built our entire company on you guys. We're not working with these genetically elite, 15-year-old kids. We're working with people exactly like you. So don't let age be the reason that you check out. You can have a healthy metabolism and be at a great weight and be healthy at any age. That's the truth, but it's not what the industry wants you to know. What do our doctors tell us? Your doctor here. When I say doctors, I guess I talk about the real doctors, the ones that give you drugs. What do they say to you when you're getting sicker? They say, well, you're getting, all right. All right, they don't have a strategy for that. Because who in here's got a medical doctor? And you're here tonight. They can't help you. Not in this. The point is this, is the reality of this whole situation is you can't change your age. There's nothing you can do about it. And so what happens is you'll become a victim. And victims can't heal. Victims cannot heal. There you go. There you go. There you go. You got it. Yeah, if you give drugs to a healthy person, it makes them sick. How is giving drugs to a sick person make them healthy? Riddle me that. I may be from Texas, but I ain't stupid. Dr. Rob, what's the last myth?
So a lot of us have been taught that if I'm overweight, then it must run in my family. Okay.
Yeah, you got
Genetics, right? Genetics. And so that's what I had believed because, like Dr. Randy was saying, is I was overweight as a kid. So here's a photo of me when I was 13 years old. So when I was 13 years old, I was 210 pounds and about 5'4". I was about as wide as I was tall. Okay, and I felt like you probably could have rolled me down the street. And I thought I was supposed to be overweight because my mother was overweight, and I watched my mom struggle with her weight, and she talked to me about how her sisters had struggled with her weight. So because of that, guess what her strategy was to try to lose weight? Diet and exercise. Now, at that time, I was highly motivated to want to lose the weight, not for any health reasons. Okay, I was 13 years old. As a 13-year-old boy, what was I motivated by? 13-year-old girls, and what I knew is they were not motivated by this chubby little fat kid. Okay, so I said, here's what I'm going to do. If a little is good and a lot is better, and my mom is reducing calories in order to lose weight, and I watched her do that because she would always post it on the refrigerator every single Monday. Because what was she doing every Monday? Going on her new diet.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it'd be like the cabbage diet would be on the refrigerator. It was the Hollywood Beach juice diet that was up there, the Mediterranean diet. You guys remember Atkins? Right? She's only eating bacon in these Atkins bars. And then the lean cuisine would be in the refrigerator,
Yeah,
the Slim Fast shakes in there. As you know, I don't know. I guess the refrigerator was somehow her accountability partner. Wasn't working out too well.
If
And
you grew up in
so,
the 70s or 80s, you know about the refrigerator, right? Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, if a little is good, then a lot must be better. So I'm seeing what she's doing. She's cutting calories. So I'm just not going to eat. And so that's what I did. I could go 6, sometimes even 7 days in a week without eating anything and just drinking water. I would reward myself one day with like a pizza pocket. And did I lose the weight? Yeah, I lost the weight. Okay. Yeah, you're starving. So what happens to your metabolism if you're starving the cells of the nutrients that they need? It grinds to a halt. And so that's what's happening with people that are going through reducing their calories over time. You're killing your body's metabolism. And that right there is what started my struggle with weight. So at 38 years old, when I was 85 pounds overweight, that was me doing everything right. Paleo, no sugar, the advanced plan, even as we were teaching maximize living, protein shakes, bars, exercising like crazy every day, doing all of those things, and I was stuck. And the reason I was stuck is because I was utilizing these things to try to help me. And so, just like Randy just said, there was something else going on. And so once we could be able to start learning the blueprint in the system to be able to healing my body at a cellular level, I was able to be able to overcome that and overcome genetics. And here's the thing. If you're saying it runs in my family and it's a genetic thing, if you look at the science shows us that genetics is only a tendency when it comes to metabolic issues just 1 to 2% of the time. That means that 98 to 99% of the time, there's something else going on. And if you go really deep into studying genetics, because I'm a geek, you study this stuff called epigenetics. And what epigenetics says is that you can actually overcome that by knowing exactly what's breaking it in the first place, and you can be able to go over that. And I know that firsthand because my mother, who, and by the way, it's kind of funny because I never forget, I would go into my mom's house after I graduated from college, and in her bedroom, she had a photo of herself on her wedding day. And so my parents had been divorced since I was in 3rd grade. So why in the world would my mom have a photo of herself on her wedding day?
You got
She was skinny, okay? So she weighed like 105 pounds. And I go, Mom, you didn't always struggle with your weight. Here I am. You were telling me it was my genetics and that it was, this thing that our family lived with. And I go, when did you start struggling with your weight? You know what her answer was? After I had you, right? So I was blaming her, and she was blaming me for this. And she was
really healthy there,
codependent
Rob.
relationship. And so I share that story with you to share with you this. My mom now, she's going to have her 80th birthday in May, and she is now at her thinnest weight, or as thin as she was on her wedding day. Why? Because she used the system and the blueprint that we were able to teach her. The same one that we're getting ready to teach you guys. So we're going to give you guys the solution. Is that cool? Okay.
I want to brag on my mom.
Yeah, do it.
My mom, 77 years young, is at her same weight she was in high school, left the medical system 20 years ago on 0 medication, followed our system. But I guess because she's 77 and his mom is 80, they're too old to heal their metabolism. Not true. You can do that. What a blessing we get to help our own sweet moms and see their life and see the joy that they have being healthy. So you guys can have that. I would want to ask you guys, what is the difference? Why does Autumn not struggle and Gloria does? What is the reason?
I heard the answer.
In the blue cute hat, say it like you mean it. Hello. Everybody hear that? Yeah, if it's not your diet, it's not your exercise, not your genetics, and not your age, then what is it? It is your metabolism. That determines what you weigh. It's way beyond weight loss. Your metabolic health, that's your longevity play. You said they want to live longer, quality. That's how you detox, heal, repair. That is the name of the game. And this is what we're going to teach you guys tonight. Will you lose weight if you need to lose it? Absolutely. But you realize that most of the programs that teach you how to lose weight, you have to become unhealthy in order to do it, which is why it comes back. We're going to show you how to heal your metabolism. That way, once that's strong, you'll never have a weight problem again. And that's the beauty of what we're going to show you guys. Before we do that, did you want to share the free program that we offer?
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot.
Did y'all want to hear about the free program?
Okay.
Now, nobody's ever taken us up on this, but I think we should share it, or I want you to share it.
Okay, so let's say you have, I don't know, 50 pounds to lose, okay? So what you're going to need to do is not eat for the next 50 weeks, okay? And then you're also going to have to run or walk 34 miles every week of this 50 weeks. And then you're going to have to find a time machine and then pick different parrots, okay? So as ridiculous as
Anybody,
that,
any takers?
so as ridiculous as that sounds, that really, by believing what we just talked about, that's the lie that we've believed.
So let me
based
just
on
check
what's
in
being
really
taught.
quickly.
Yeah.
What controls what you weigh? Thank you. If y'all said diet, we were starting this whole thing all the way over. And our reservation for dinner, I'm not missing it. So, okay. Thank you. It's your metabolism. Yeah. So if your metabolism controls what you weigh, then you have to know what it is. Would everybody agree? This means yes. Okay. What is your metabolism organ? I know. Once again, there's always a quick fix gimmick everywhere, right? Okay. Thyroid, yes. What else? Brain. Yes. You better say brain and nervous system. You're in a chiropractic office. What else? Hormones, yes. Gut, yes. Anything else? What's that? Muscles, yes. Thank you very much. It's not one thing, it's everything. And of course, we know the medical community loves to silo up all these individual parts, reduce us down to broken pieces, and then manage those parts. I can tell you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work for anybody. The body's designed to work together. We're whole, we're healed, everything's working together, all 80 trillion cells. So it's not one thing, it's everything. This is why we're able to get the results that we get. We're not looking at you in individual pieces. We're looking at your metabolic health as a whole. Okay? Very, very important. So we have developed a method called the thin method. You're going to find out tonight we love acronyms. Anybody else like acronyms? Okay, a few of you, yes. All right. So the thin, it's not about being thin. We just thought it was cute. It's really more of an acronym because obviously thin people can get cancer. Hello. About being metabolically healthy. But the T stands for metabolic thermostat. All right. Everybody knows how thermostat works? What's it set on in here? I'm freezing, by the way. What's it set on in here? I'm just kidding. I'm good. But the point is you set the thermostat. And then it doesn't matter what's going on the outside. It's going to keep the temperature here at a certain temperature. Okay. Your body does the exact same thing. You have a metabolic thermostat. So after all the diets and all the fasting and all the exercise and all the injections and all the things that you do, it's a zero-sum game because when all that dust settles, you go right back to where that thermostat is set. Who knows? You got to wait. Where it just doesn't matter what you do, you just land right back there, and it gets harder and harder and harder. And this is different than a thermometer because the thermometer doesn't set the temperature, it does what? You're reading and reacting. This is what the diet industry wants you doing. It's confusing. What if you could actually take your own metabolic thermostat, reset it, and now you're back in control? Am I the only control freak in the house tonight? Okay, we got a couple more of you. Good. All right. Take back control. You've got more agency than they've told you that you have. You do. You want to get out of the medical system, you can do that. But you can't outsource it to people who don't even know what health is. You're the best doctor. Everybody say, I'm the best doctor. The greatest doctor in the world is inside every single one of you. It's a fact. It's an immutable law. You can't change it. So let's explain thermostat. Here's how it works in your body. This is a scale of 0 to 10. 0 would be the worst metabolism ever. 10 would be what we call rock star. I remember the rock stars back in the 70s and 80s. Pretty skinny. I think that was heroin and cocaine. Not a part of our program. I know it's disappointing. I know. All right. Exactly. Thank you. Where do you think you might be on this scale if we just had to give ourselves a number? You know what? That's so interesting because we do these all over, and that's always the number. It's 3. All right. So we're going to go with 3. Not great, by the way. Better than 0, but not good. All right. What controls what you weigh? You got a 3. How perfect are you going to have to eat? How much exercise are you going to have to? I'm sorry, y'all in the spitting area. I just saw it. You see it, and you're like trying to grab it. I couldn't pull it back. Yeah.
It's like at SeaWorld. We got to put the tarp on the front.
So I'll do this again. You can't eat perfect enough, and you can't exercise enough. And here's what happens. When you try to do all that, you may lose a little bit, but then when you stop, what happens? And guess what? It doesn't go back to a 3. 2.9. What's that? Yeah. It goes back to a 2.9. Who's ever done a program, you lost weight, you gained it back, you did the same program again, and it didn't work the same? It wasn't the diet, it was your metabolic thermostat. You keep tanking it with that same 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. All right. We don't do this. Is that okay with everybody? If you want us to work with you on a 3 thermostat, we're not your guys. What we want to do is we want to move you over here. Right? We're not a thermometer company. We set thermostats. Let's call that a 7. How's that sound? Are y'all still alive? Okay. Yes. 7. Better, right? Yeah. This takes 5 weeks to move your thermostat from not very good to way better. How long? 5 weeks. All right. Dr. Rob, how much weight do we lose in 5 weeks?
So average for a female is 23 plus pounds in 5 weeks. Okay?
That's if you need to lose it. If you're 103 pounds, you're not going to lose 23 pounds, right? If you need to lose it, you will, because you get metabolically healthy. And then guys are doing what?
We're going to be 30. We're going to be 30 plus. Okay.
So remarkable results.
And it's only because guys typically have more muscle mass. Okay. Yeah. That's why it is. So in order to be able to do that,
y'all have bigger brains, so it all pans out.
Yeah. So to do that, there's 3 steps to be able to do that. How many steps? 3, because we like simple. Okay. Okay. We like 3, but we like simple
3.
even
more. I love 3. Yeah, the trifecta.
So the first thing that we've got to do is we've got to reawaken your body's metabolism and start moving that thermostat over here to that 7. Okay. That reawaken phase is 1 day. How many days? 1 day. So in 1 day, you literally then get on the scale the next day and you're like, holy cow. So some people lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pounds, okay, in 1 day as we are moving that metabolic thermostat over to that 10. It happens fast, okay? How fast? That fast, exactly, okay.
Yeah. So that metabolism's in there. We're just going to wake it up 1 day, and then we're going to take you through our retrain phase. This is where we actually physically readjust your metabolic thermostat and move it up the scale. 5 weeks. How long?
5 weeks.
In 5 weeks, this is where you're going to get the active weight loss portion. We're going to get your body fat adapted. So what that means is your body will now burn fat efficiently for energy. But not the fat you're eating, that's exogenous. We're going to teach you how to burn endogenous fat, which is the fat where? The fat that you're storing all over your body, and it doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't matter what you do, it won't move. You're not fat adapted. We're going to get you fat adapted. It happens quick. You're going to lose a ton of weight. And during that phase 2, we're going to be detoxing you from industrial seed oil. It's the #1 metabolic poison, and it's in everything. And I mean in everything. We went to a Michelin star.
Oh yeah, just today for
lunch place. I don't even remember the name of the place. It was a tapas place. Michelin star. I think those were supposed to be good. I don't think I've ever been in one. And they cooked everything in seed oil, canola oil. It's got about a 2 to 3 year half-life. It stays in your tissue, and it will completely wreck your metabolism. If you don't know how to get rid of that, and we do, you'll never fix your metabolism. Because it sets you up for hibernation. It'll crush your metabolic rate. All right. And then, Dr. Rob, we're going to take him into...
Did you talk about that?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Keep me focused.
Got it.
Hormones. During this phase, we're going to balance your hormones. So what are you thinking when I say hormones? You're thinking sex. You're welcome for that, Dr. Ray.
That's what he's thinking.
I saw your faces. You're thinking sex, hormones, testosterone. Sorry, spitting again. Progesterone, estrogen. That's not what I'm talking about. You go to doctors, what do? They're putting you all these freaking hormones. All right, it's not your sex hormones, it's your metabolic hormones. Insulin, glucagon, leptin, cortisol, adrenaline, adiponectin. I can keep going. The metabolic balance sets the foundation. The sex hormones will balance themselves. This is all going to happen in 5 weeks. All right. Internal cleansing. I jumped ahead a little bit there. That's where we're going to detox you from toxins, glyphosate, heal the gut, and get rid of seed oil. It's going to get out of your tissue. You have to get it out. I can't emphasize this enough. If you are chocked full of seed oil, and there's no doubt we all are, you cannot heal your metabolism. You have to know how to get it out of your system safely. And then lastly, nutritional intelligence. You want to talk about NuQ?
Yeah, I would. So nutritional intelligence simply means that you need to know exactly what foods are metabolically active and healing for your body. And everybody is unique and different. Would you guys agree? Okay. So that's why if you do, like, for example, like you do a keto program, that's like a one-size-fits-all type of a thing. Well, you know what? Some people lose, some people don't, some people gain weight. It's not specific. So we have to be specific to you. What that means is, I don't know, somebody spit out like a healthy, what's a healthy food that you've been taught is a healthy food?
Spinach, broccoli,
Kale,
celery,
spinach, broccoli.
yeah.
Let's go with broccoli. Okay, we'll go with broccoli. Like for some people, broccoli may be metabolically active for that person, okay? And then the next person, it's not metabolically active. So for one person, it's speeding up the metabolism, and for another person, it's slowing it down. You need to know exactly what foods are metabolically active for your body. So what we do is, when you start our program, you go through an assessment. And this assessment's a functional medicine assessment that's going to ask you a bunch of questions that we've perfected over the last 17 years to see exactly what foods you are going to need for who? For you. Make sense? Okay? So you just start eating those foods, and here's the other thing about those foods. It's proteins, fruits, and vegetables. Nothing sexy about it, okay? You can buy them at any grocery store on the planet, okay? What are some examples of these foods? Because some people are thinking, okay, I'm going to do this program, and you know what? I'm a really picky eater, okay? And if you're stuck and you have a problem, I would agree with that. I told somebody years ago I was doing a consultation with, and they go, Dr. Rob, you don't understand. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat these foods. She didn't even know what the foods were yet. And she goes, I'm a really picky eater. And my response back to that was like, you are a picky eater, and you've been picking all the wrong foods. Okay.
What a smart ass.
So I wasn't wrong. Because when she knew what foods that she needed to eat, guess what happened? She lost weight and kept the weight off. Yeah. Okay. So what are some of those foods?
Yeah, these are going to be sci-fi foods. SIFI, single ingredient food items. So for example, beef has how many ingredients? Eggs, carrots, zucchini, apple. Y'all get the point. Single ingredient food items. You can get these at any grocery store. They're not specialty. You'll be eating from your list for the 5 weeks only from this list. Everybody clear? By show of hands, who can eat real food for 5 weeks? Absolutely. Love it. Remember, you're not doing this program forever. It's a system to heal your metabolism, detox your body, and move your metabolic thermostat. Okay. And then the reset. Talk about the reset.
Yeah. Reset's my favorite part. Okay. For those of you guys who are wondering, okay, what do I do now? I've lost the weight, and that's what's happening during those first 5 weeks. What happens after that so that I can make sure that I don't gain the weight back?
Because that's not allowed.
Because that's not allowed, right? Okay. So that's the reset, which is 3 weeks. How many weeks? 3 weeks. And by the way, I don't even know that we talked about why this is 5 weeks over here. The reason it's 5 weeks is because your body, everybody knows, like your guts, like your stomach, for example, is regenerating like a new gut every 90 days, right? And so it takes time to heal and repair. And what we've seen science-wise is it takes at least 5 weeks in order to be able to repair and regenerate the cells at a cellular level, okay? And the other thing that we know is from a compliance standpoint is you can do anything for 5 weeks, okay? It's a little over, it's not very long, it goes by this fast, okay? So the next part, that reset phase, this is why you don't gain the weight back. So you are getting your body fat adapted in the first 5 weeks, getting your body to know how to burn fat for fuel or energy, okay? Now, another energy source is carbohydrates. So in the last 3 weeks, what we're doing is we're teaching your body how to be carb adapted. In other words, how to be able to go between fats and carbohydrates for fuel. Okay, this is what allows you, like I did. It was in the Lohi area of Denver. You guys, okay? Cart driver, wonderful pizza place there. It's amazing if you haven't been there. Go there after you do program. Okay, so eat pizza there. I don't have to worry about gaining weight and putting carbs into my body because my body is carb adapted. I have metabolic flexibility. Everybody say metabolic flexibility.
Flexibility.
So it's like having a hybrid car. Okay, a hybrid car knows when to officially use gasoline for fuel and know when to officially use electricity for fuel. Okay, it goes between the two. Your body, when it's working well, metabolically speaking, should know how to use carbohydrates efficiently for fuel and know how to use fats for fuel. This is why you don't have to eat proteins and fats like for the rest of your life, like a lot of other programs teach you.
Right.
Make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
You can eat all the foods that you love to eat, and during these 3 weeks right here, you are eating the foods that you really love to eat. Okay, as you're getting into carb flexibility or metabolic flexibility.
Yeah, we can almost name our program a keto low carb rehab.
Or Ozempic rehab.
I'm telling you, we have clients that can do 200 to 300 carbohydrates a day and can't gain weight. You can't eat carbs without gaining weight. You are metabolically stuck, and the body is not able to metabolize food for energy. So we would like to be able to have food and eat carbohydrates. Does anybody like carbs? Am I the only one? Looks like a lot of you do. Yeah, I mean, I drank 2 glasses of orange juice this morning, 4 tablespoons of honey. I mean, you can enjoy incredible, nutritious carbohydrates. They really signal abundance, but you got to have a strong metabolism, and it's beautiful. Okay, so 2-month system, reawaken, retrain, reset. And then what we do, we're going to teach you how to do a metabolic reboot once you get through the program. If you ever gain 2 pounds back or more of that new weight, that new thermostat point, you can use this. It'll take you right back to your new weight set point within 48 hours. You can use that for the rest of your life. Now, some of you may want to lose more weight, potentially more than 20, 30, 40 pounds. We can help you do that. We just don't work with people here to try to help them do that because we don't push boulders uphill. Everybody remember Sisyphus, Greek mythology? Banished into eternity to do what? Push the boulder uphill only to have it roll back on top of him and do it all over again for the rest of your life. Insanity. Work with us, set the foundation. We'll work with 7s all day long because now it's way more fun and way easy to get to your ultimate goal because your metabolism is working for you. Make sense? Okay, great.
Okay, now, but we don't work with everybody. Okay, and here's what I mean by that is we have a guarantee. Okay, so our guarantee is that as long as you have minimum of 30 pounds to lose, you'll lose at least 15 pounds in the first 5 weeks during that retrain phase. Okay, as long as you have the weight to lose, you're going to lose that weight. And so in order for us, and by the way, the reason it's 15 pounds, even though our average was 23 and 30 pounds, it's because of this 3-letter agency called the FTC. Okay, the FTC says that you can only market up to a 3-pound weight loss per week. 3 times 5 is 15.
Yeah.
That's their number, not our number. Okay, so we like to be compliant with things, so that's why that is. Okay, now with that being said, no, absolutely not. Now we've had
usually you get that in about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, you usually get that. Yeah.
Our record was 77 pounds in 5 weeks. That was an ex-Dallas Cowboy football player who was one of the linemen on there, and so he just had a lot of muscle. It was pretty phenomenal. But the qualifications are this. Okay, is number one is you have to be willing to surf for your food.
I'm surfing.
There's no oceans around here.
Are we landlocked?
We.
Okay.
It's SERF. Simply eat real food.
Yeah.
Dr. Randy, what is an example of real food?
That's a heck of a question. So it's really simple. Set food on the counter, walk away for 2 weeks, come back. If it looks the same, that organic protein bar that you found in your winter coat from 3 winters ago, just as fresh as when you bought it. Okay. Real food will spoil, deteriorate, and go bad. All right. If it doesn't go bad, it's not real food. So single ingredient food items, serve for your food. You've got to be willing to do that. It looked like earlier everybody was super clear with, hey, I can eat real food for 5 weeks. You got plenty of options, shouldn't be an issue. You couldn't eat real food. We just wouldn't be able to get you the result. And so a lot of the diet industry will sell you a bunch of stuff to take. Clearly, and that stuff is chock full of processed food and seed oils and artificial sweeteners. You're going to not buy any food from us. Go to the grocery store, get to know your farmer, eat real food for 5 weeks.
Yeah, second qualification is no 100% vegans.
I know we're in Colorado, but yeah, you can't. We love you. We just can't work with you because plant-based diets, we're not able to heal the metabolism. You'd have to be able to modify that and work with us for 5 weeks. We can do that. But if you're like, I'm 100% strict vegan, I won't deter even 1%. We just wouldn't be able to work with you. We don't want to waste your time and waste ours as well.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yep.
it's only for 5 weeks.
For 5 weeks.
Okay. So the third qualification is you have to be at least a 10. Everybody filled out like the metabolism score. There was like a sheet that, okay, and one of the questions on there said on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being your highest level of desire, towards wanting to lose the weight and heal your metabolism, what is your score? Okay. A 9. Okay.
Well,
so
you can work with Dr. Ray. You just can't work with us.
apparently,
He takes 9s.
yeah, most of the time when somebody answers less than a 10, it's because they don't know what we're going to ask them to do. Okay.
Yeah.
They just don't. They've never heard us speak, so they have no idea. Okay. Or the other thing is because our program is very unforgiving. Okay. In other words, you just got to follow it. All you got to do is just do what it says on there, and you are going to get a result.
Mhm.
But because it is unforgiving, if you do your version of the program, by the way, your version of the program isn't working out well, which is why you're here. Okay.
Right.
And so I'm super like black and white. So because of that, you got to make sure that you're following the program. And as I say that though, with that 10 right there, a lot of people just don't know what we're going to ask them to do. And you by the way, you can change your number. Okay. And you can change it to a 10. But as I say that, there's, for a lot of people, that thing that may actually sway you off course. Because here's the thing. 7, 8, and 9s are automatically giving themselves a permission to do what?
Yeah.
Cheat. Okay. And you know what that thing is that you're going to cheat with, right? Okay. So somebody said cookies, but that's also why we have a coach, or we have coaches, and we have a team of real people, not AI or anything like that. We have real people that are supporting you to help you and to help keep you accountable. In fact, when you start, you'll have an onboarding call with a real person to talk about your goals. And one of the things that you'll talk about is, what's that thing that you think may keep you from being able to get to where you want to go, so they can hold you accountable. They can't do it for you, but they're going to hold you accountable. Fair enough? Okay? Because we want to make sure that you always stay at that 10.
Yeah, and we heard, I'm sorry, what was your name in the back with the red pants? Results? Jayla? Remember Jayla said, why was she here? Results. If you are a 10, that means you're going to follow our system. We get results. We have a 87% success rate. And it's really better than that. It's actually 99%. But people would buy the program and never hear from them again. They just mess up our numbers. If you follow our program and you're a 10, we will guarantee it. We'll over deliver. We didn't just pop up last week. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. We know what we can and can't do. And if anything on your onboarding call from our coaches says this may not be a good fit, we can have that conversation. But I'm telling you right now, if you want results, follow the system and it will work. Be a 10. 10s get the best in everything in life, right? Okay. And then exercise. Okay. What we talked about earlier, what does exercise have to do with what you weigh? Not really anything. It's just not really, it's great for your health, just not for weight loss. Exercise, we're going to ask you to follow our recommendations or greatly reduce or eliminate exercise. Okay.
For 5 weeks.
For 5 weeks. Now, when you get your onboarding call from your coach, we have very specific exercises that work beautifully based off your disruption pattern and what's going to help you get the best result. But for best practices for a lot of you, you probably need to take a step back, let your body rest. We're controlling certain stresses during this 5 weeks to get you to adapt and heal. So is it okay if we maybe reduce or maybe modify your exercise plan? If you're open to that, then we're definitely happy to work with you. But if you're only going to do crazy stressful exercise every day, it would disrupt your results.
Yeah, if you want to do like HIIT training every day, yeah, it's gonna disrupt your results. But if it's like walking, okay, Pilates, okay. So there's many metabolically specific exercises that you can do. Our coaches can let you know what that is after looking at your disruptor type. Okay, everybody is unique and different. Okay, cool. With that being said, I think that's it as far as that goes. So if you meet these qualifications right here, then yeah, we absolutely want you. Okay, and we'll choose you all day long because we know that you are going to get a guaranteed result. And so that's way more fun for you, way more fun for us as well, because we want to make sure at the end of the day, our reputation is at stake in your health. So we want to make sure that you're getting as healthy as possible, right? Now, with that being said, we want to do is we're going to go through what's involved and included with our program. Is that okay with you guys? You guys are probably wondering, okay, what are they going to have me do? How much is that going to cost? Exactly what kind of supplements are involved? What's going on with this? And again, everything that we do is very simple. So if Amanda, where shit, if the team can pass those out, and as they're passing those sheets out, we'll start going through exactly what's included with our system. Okay. Yep, the first one, that one right there that you have in your hand. That's perfect. And we have one up here that we can be able to go through. So once you enroll in the system tonight, the first thing that'll happen is you're going to get an email sent to you. Okay. Now, don't freak out. The email doesn't come directly to you right when you enroll because they want to make sure that you can pay attention to the rest of what it is that we're saying. So that is on purpose, okay? What will happen is you will get what's called the Metabolic Disruptor Assessment sent to you by email. You're going to fill this assessment out. Once we get all the results of that assessment this evening, our team is on standby and ready. They'll see exactly what the results are. We've got an algorithm that we use to be able to decide what's going to be sent to you, what manual is going to be sent to you, so you know exactly what foods are going to be metabolically recommended for you. We're going to know exactly what supplements that are going to be sent directly to you. And so we literally ship you a box. You'll receive this box with everything that you're going to need in order to be able to get started on your program. Okay? Yep.
All right. In your box, you're going to get your personalized food sequencing plan. So it's going to tell you exactly what to eat, when to eat it, how to prepare it. All of that is handled. And so it's beautiful. It takes all the guesswork out. You'll probably save, no joke, $500 on your grocery bill. Seriously. Because we buy a bunch of stuff that's just nonsense. Yeah. You're going to be eating real food. In that box, you're going to get your success manual. Okay, this has everything laid out. You like to just follow very clear instructions. Anybody? Yeah. It's all laid out. It's not hard. It's easy. Every day it tells you exactly what to do. You'll be eating real food. You don't have to exercise, and the magic is going to happen. So in that manual, you're going to have that. It's beautiful. How many times have we reinvented, or not reinvented, but a new iteration? We've done this at least,
a lot.
15, 20 times. It's dialed in beautifully. So you're going to love it. And then what? Oh, yeah, and then you're going to get the whole system. So, guys, when you buy the system tonight, we're going to show you how to do that. It's not a drip method. It's all-inclusive. You get everything. There's ever bought stuff, and it's like you get some of it now, some of it later. You're getting everything instant access, which we'll go through. So it's an all-comprehensive type of a program. Everything you're going to need is included in your purchase tonight. So just be excited about that, because I don't like buying anything and not getting full access. And then the online training portal. Guys, you're going to get immediate access in this email once you fill out your disruptor assessment into our training portal. This has all best practices, PDFs, getting started videos. All of our live office hours that we answer questions are recorded and cataloged in there. That portal is worth who knows what, and you're going to get direct access to it, and you can go to it any time of day to access any information that you need. So you'll have that as well. You're also going to be a part of our VIP Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, you're going to love this because this is our community of people that are going through program, who've been through program, our ambassadors, our coaching. Any question you could possibly ask has already been answered, and it's in there. And you've got that support, so you'll get access to that as well. And then you'll get weekly check-ins with your coaching team. So we have real people. We like to work with real people in a day and age where you can't talk to anybody. Okay, that's one of our core values. As much as we've grown, as much as God has blessed us, we always want to have real people you can talk to. And you'll be able to do that. Checking with your coaches. Our coaching team is phenomenal. And then you're going to get 8 weeks of daily motivational affirmations and support. Who probably would agree you need to fire yourself as your accountability partner? You're fired. You're not doing very good, okay? Let's give you some real accountability, people who believe in you. You're going to get online program support. Anybody in here technically challenged like myself? I'm the only one. Okay, good to know. This is a good, yeah. Tech support. We've got a great tech support team. Any challenges, anything you struggle with, they're going to help you. You can contact them. They'll support you, walk you through anything that you need. So don't worry about that. And then you're also going to get, as a part of the program, you're going to get membership privileges. You're going to get discounts on additional rounds, our metabolic products, anything you want to stay connected to. You get the best pricing on everything, and that's all included as your membership for the 90 days that you get as being a part of the Happy Healthy Thin system in the program. So the system's 2 months, but you get 90 days of support, coaching, and membership. Okay? I think that's it.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. So if you add that up, there's no secret as far as what the cost is. If you've already anybody here already done the math, what's the value on that?
Yeah.
There you go. 4,480. Thank you. Yeah. So she's already adding and doing the numbers. So when we were working with people in the clinic, in our office, it was actually $4,697 when people were working with us in the office. And then something happened. I don't know if you guys remember this thing that happened back in 2020. Yeah, well,
the
people,
scamdemic,
and then people, it's hard for people to be able to come into the clinic, so we had to pivot. Okay, so like I said, so 4,697 was what people were paying, and so when we pivoted like that, something really cool happened. What we learned is that we could be able to create the same thing that we were doing, the same experience in the office. We could actually create that virtually. So because we could create that virtually and be able to give people the same amount of support, actually even better now, we could actually reduce the price. Is that a cool thing? Okay, a very cool thing. So what happened is we were able to reduce the price down to $2,697, and we haven't changed that in 6 years. Okay, so it's hard to believe it's been that long now, but which is probably going to change here pretty soon. However, tonight, for those of you guys who are here in the room, what we're going to do is for Dr. Patrick is we're going to reduce that by $700. And so for tonight, for you guys, it's going to be $1997. Okay. Now, the way you get it for $1997 is this. And how many of you guys know that this is something that you want to do? Right? Okay. Yeah. And so anytime that we're in a room like this, typically more than about 70% of the room will end up doing the program. So what we do is, and by the way, right now, the record for the most weight lost in an office is an office in Chicago that they all did it, and they lost cumulatively 600 pounds in only 5 weeks. I feel like this room can do.
Oh, they can beat them, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the gauntlet has been thrown down. You guys can do better. And so docs so far that have done the program, one that started in January, has lost 55 pounds since January. And I only say that because this happens fast, and that can be you as well, having actually made the decision to go ahead and do something to start. So what we do is we want to reward you guys for taking action on your health. Okay, and so. The gift. Yes, this is.
Well, you weren't supposed to remind her. That kind of defeats the purpose.
I know. I
believed in Jack.
We have something going on over here. Leave us alone. All right. So you want to tell them about the gift.
Well, thank you, Jackie, for reminding us about this gift. So We obviously came here tonight not to just give information. Does information really change anything? We always say information without application is hallucination. So information is only valuable if you do something with it. And we've spoken on stages all over, and nobody's life ever changed with information. So we want to make this offer just irresistible. Is that okay? So the bonus and the gift, we're going to, for the first 10 who enroll tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to give you our metabolic support kit. These are 5 metabolic products that we have developed. All of our products we develop. We source the raws. We are very stringent on everything. We make them in Texas, American company. 5 products valued at $462. We're going to give that to you to support you. These products are not required to complete the program because remember, when you buy the program at $19.97, you do get everything you're going to need. But this is going to help support you, and these are things you could even take after program, and I'll explain. So one of the products you're going to get as a part of this gift is our trace mineral salts. These are deep water source trace mineral salts, over 88 minerals, free of microplastics, support the kidneys, hydration, vital for metabolic health. That will be a part of your kit. We're going to send you an extra one as part of the kit. SCT oil. Who's ever heard of SCT oil? Nobody. All right. MCT, medium chain. This is short chain. Butyrate, propionate, acetate. So we brought this product to market 8 years ago. It's the only product in the world. We trademarked it. It's the third-party seed oil free, and it's going to help prepare the gut, the brain, and the liver for fat burning. You'll get a small jar with your kit. We're going to give you a 25-ounce jar gift you can use after program. Thermostat Burn Plus. This is a product that supports thermogenesis, how your body burns calories at rest, and it drives deep autophagy. Anybody know what autophagy is? It's where your body goes deep to get stored stubborn fat and release toxins. Very powerful. You're going to get our apple cider vinegar product. Anybody like apple cider vinegar? That's why we made the product for people like you. I love it, and it's recommended on our program. We'll tell you how to use it. But if you don't like it, we have a capsule product. And what we did is we paired organic apple cider vinegar with mangosteen pericarp rind. It's the richest source of acetic acid that we can find anywhere in the world. So it's so powerful for burning fat and stabilizing gut and blood sugar. We're also going to gift you the Crave Control. This is a metabolic tincture. This was a long time coming in a world of GLP-1 drugs. This is a natural tincture, 18 different medicinal herbs that we've sourced from all over the world. In fact, we were in one of the blue zones in Sardinia last summer in Saulo, and this is one of the natural herbs that grows there indigenously, and it's going to help with blood sugar and helping create satiety so you're full. And it's all natural, beautiful. So all those products you're going to get for the first 10 who purchase, that's $462. And then we're going to do one more thing to make it even sweeter. We're going to throw in an extra month of coaching, so you'll get 3 with your program. We're going to give you a 4th month for free. It's a $100 value, so that's $562 of extra value for those who are ready to take action tonight. So if you want the bonuses, take action. You don't want the bonuses? Buy it later. If you buy it tonight, we want to say, hey, great job, reward you. You're going to love that. So $700 off. Use the code what, Dr. Rob?
It's right there. Chiro Plus 700.
Chiro Plus 700 to get the 700 off. And then for those of you start tonight, the reality is, I mean, it's the first 10. Looks like there's a lot of people tonight. If you buy tonight, we're going to make sure you get it. If you buy tonight, if it's all of you, you're all going to get the bonus kit. So let me restate that, because if you buy tonight, you're getting it. Okay. And the extra month of coaching.
Yeah, so here's where we will need your help to be able to make this as efficient as possible and make sure that our staff still loves us when we finish. Is that for this sheet right here that you're scanning the QR code. So this right here, the QR code here on the left gets you the $19.97, the one-time payment. If you want to make payments, you can. It has the payment option there on the right. But you scan that QR code right there, and when it asks you in the prompt, you'll put Chiro Plus 700, and then if you did it online like that, we don't need this sheet right here back because you did it online like that. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you do it online, you do it tonight before you leave. Do we need this sheet back? No. Okay. Now, if you do it online, your night before you leave so you can be able to get the bonus, we do need this sheet back. The reason we need this sheet back is because that lets our team know that you're starting the program and they need to know where to ship your products to. This is a signal that lets them know that. So we have to have this back tonight before we walk out, no matter what. Okay? Now, if you're that person that you're like, you know what? I don't want to do it on my phone. That's okay too. What you can do is just make sure that we do get this sheet back with all of the payment information before we leave. You can give this to the front desk up there. Give it to Amanda or Stephanie back there, and they'll make sure that we have this before we leave this evening. Okay? And that's okay too. So
Legible.
yeah, make sure that you write legibly and there's no numbers or anything like that left off, or we'll have to contact you, and then it'll just delay you getting your product. One of the questions that people have from us is, when can I start? When am I going to get my products? You can start immediately because you're going to get a prep prep instructions to be able to get started literally immediately tonight. However, your products then will be delivered to you within 7 to 10 business days after you've filled out your assessment. So don't wait to fill out your assessment. Does that make sense? Okay. So your assessment is what triggers everything and triggers us to get to work. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're either going to get one sheet or two sheets. Okay. We'll get two sheets if you're handing this back to us. One sheet if you did this online. Make sense? Okay. So while you guys are taking care of that and filling those things out, what we're going to do is we're going to answer some questions that we typically get. We're going to give you guys an opportunity to answer questions as well. Okay? Now, the first question that we typically get from people is, what if I want to get the bonuses, but I can't start right now because I'm getting ready to, I don't know, go on vacation tomorrow. Okay? You can
Where are you going? Where are you going on vacation? Well, there you go.
Perfect. All right.
Jealous.
Only if we get to go with you. Then you can start while you're there. So what we did, that's one of the reasons why we decided to go ahead and give an extra month of coaching.
Yep.
So you literally have an extra 30 days. So you can purchase as soon as you get your kit. You've got, as far as that extra 30 days goes, you've got a 30-day grace period to be able to start. So that's okay. Okay. So that's one question that we do get. Another question that we get from people is, can I use my FSA or my HSA card to be able to pay? If you've got money that's in there and you've got one of those cards, yes, you can use that as payment. Just enter that payment information in on that sheet. What else? Dr. Randy, what if they say that, I got a lot of stuff going on right now, it's not a great time for me to start?
There's never the perfect time. 5 weeks, right? Easter's this weekend, last time I checked. Then after Easter, Mother's Day, spring breaks, vacation, Father's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, July 4th. Some of y'all probably celebrate Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I mean, there's never a time. How many 5 weeks do you just keep letting go by? And it's like, oh my gosh. So 5 weeks, it goes by so quick. Commit to it. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Right now. Yeah. So don't let that be an excuse. And a lot of times what will happen, and these are probably should have been some of the not a good fit part or qualify. If you're the person who has to have the perfect environment before you commit, that's going to be a huge problem because you've created so many disqualifiers and barriers in your life where you're waiting for everything to be perfect before you do it. What do they say about the person trying to build the perfect fire? They freeze to death. Isn't that what they say? Don't be that person, right? We're here to help you get started. You've got an extra month. Start now. Put it in your calendar. Make it happen. Can you imagine being down 25 pounds in just 5 weeks? I mean, all the guys be buying Speedos. I can tell you right now. We always say, don't ever wear a Speedo, but you want to know if you had to? You could. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so some people will even say, "Hey, do I need to eat? Do I need to eat perfect?" That's called a diet. Okay, so if you're wanting a diet, this isn't it. Okay, so this is a system. Okay, so you just got to follow the
Yeah.
system. You don't have to eat the same things over and over and over and over again. All you got to do is just follow the system. What if what if they're married? Maybe they need to talk to their spouse.
Yeah, good one. Anybody? Spouses, got to talk to a spouse. Spouses in here? Nobody. Okay. All right. Well, if that is you, if you have a spouse, need to talk to them. It's totally fine. My question would be, do they know you're here? Did they let you take the credit card with you? And do they know? That you're struggling and that you're really looking for answers? Because the reality is, whether you do this program or not has nothing to do with them. Who's ultimately going to decide if you do this or not? It's you. Yeah, I would say we probably need to reassess priorities. Buy a little bit lesser of a boat. You can still get a hell of a boat for 48K versus 50K. And then you'll be in the Speedo in the boat, right? So it all works. But on a serious note, I mean, listen, your spouse, you're not really looking for permission. You'd be looking for support. If they know you're here and they know you're struggling and they support you, that's really what it boils down to. And you could buy the program tomorrow or next week. You're just not going to get the bonuses and you're just delaying the inevitable. Start now. That's time.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Did everybody hear that question? It's a great question.
What if you're always on the go and you just don't have like time? Okay, and like you might be somebody who travels a lot, like for work, for example. Okay, so I'll give you a good example for myself personally. So I do our program every year. Okay, at the beginning of the year, I don't do it to lose weight. I just do it to be metabolically healthy and just to be healthy, right? Okay, and I'll follow it to a T. Last or 2 weekends ago was the first weekend that I was home, or the first week that I was home since before Christmas, because of how much I traveled, and I did it perfect. So what it just requires is just really good planning, and that's what the great thing about our community is, because in our community you have people that travel a lot, whether it be with their family, for work, all kinds of different things. There's people in different walks of life, people same ages, same genders, where you're at, and they can be able to give you best practices as well. So we have best practices for that. So you can do great on program and be traveling like that. And in fact, it's actually, I would say it's easier to be doing this program than anything else, because you know exactly what it is that you're going to be doing, and you know exactly what you're going to be doing ahead of time. It makes life so simple. And when you're in it, you'll see exactly what I mean. And go, oh my gosh, it's so much easier.
And it's really only the first week of just getting used to what you're going to do. And then if it's really crazy busy, that's actually the perfect time to do it. Because this simplifies thinking.
Totally.
It really does. And when you do something in your busiest time, who's ever known you've done stuff and you had so many things going on and you still were able to accomplish it? How satisfying it is and how dialed in you get. It's way easier to do this program if you're crazy busy than if you just have all this free time.
Totally. I agree. Yep. Way back there.
No. Yeah, just what I would say is there are recipes, you've got support, coaching, all that stuff to support you, but anything from anything else you've ever read or done, you have to just put that to the side and then follow exactly what's laid out. So proteins, vegetables, and fruits. There are recipe support and a community of people who can help you with that. It's way more simple than you would even think. But yeah, we would say anything you've ever done. Obviously, you guys are getting incredible support here, but just table it, because this is not that.
And it's for the 5 weeks.
Only for 5 weeks and a 3-week reset. We're resetting your thermostat, and now you don't have to be perfect anymore. Because now when you're a 7 versus a 3, That's called I get to live again. I get to eat carbs again. I don't have to count points or calories or beat myself up and live in the gym like I'm not doing enough to be at a good weight because you were pushing the boulder uphill versus letting the metabolism work for you. That's the goal. This is not a program you have to do forever. You're doing it to heal your metabolism, set a strong foundation. That makes sense?
Oh yeah. You don't have. Great question. You don't have to be on Facebook to be able to get the benefits of the community.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of our office hours, we do our office hours through Zoom. So you have all of the office hours. You have our membership portal that also has all of the office hours that we've ever done. All the frequently asked questions are in there as well. So yeah, you don't have to be on Facebook to be successful on the program.
Yeah, don't join
Yeah.
social media if you're not already on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a stress. And stress isn't good for your metabolism. Yep. It's a pink slip program where when you get healthy, then you get to give your doctor the pink slip, which means you're no longer needed. But we're not taking you off anything. We don't give medical advice.
Yeah. Great question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he asked, "Can I fill the paperwork out for my wife?" Yes. And if you are a husband and wife and you're utilizing the same credit card, make sure the credit card information is on 2 sheets, and that you identify that it is your name on the credit card, but it's for my wife above it. That way we know, and we also need to make sure that we get her other sheet for the shipping as well. That way we can be able to make sure that they're.
She's going to be a tip.
Thank you for asking me that, because our assistant Leslie, who's the one that handles all of our fulfillment, she would be very upset with us if you would not have answered that.
Well, your wife's going to be ticked because you get 2 programs and she didn't get any.
Or
what's going on here? You bought 2 for yourself?
Or there's that. Yeah. Yep. Any other questions? Get last question, and then we will stick around here because we've got to collect the sheets. We'll stick around here for a few minutes
say hi.
to answer any questions after we answer this question. And again, hand your sheets back to Stephanie or Amanda. You can even hand them to us and or do it online. So that's good for those for the bonus support kit for until we leave. And then if you want to get the $700